All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect, Shalom, Barakatam. And the title of this is going to be Make Peace with Death. Okay, make peace with death. All right, now, you know, to the average man, to the unlearned man, to the man that are outside of the scriptures, outside of the understanding, this would seem, you know, counterintuitive to embrace death on this side. But when you read the scriptures, which I'll get these precepts, all right, because of the world we live in, okay, embracing death is more honorable than pursuing the means of life in this world. You know, as the scriptures say, those who seek to save his life shall lose it, and those who are willing to lose his life for Yahweh Shai's sake will gain eternal life. All right, and that concept is very true, and I want to bring it out because we have to frame our mind in that. This is why, you know, it's very offensive to see certain Passovers celebrated the way that they are, because they're not in this spirit that you're supposed to be in, which you're supposed to be willing to come to grips with the Most High's judgment for you, man. All right? Now, we believe the vast majority of brothers, before I get into this, are not even going to be touched, let alone saved. They're not even going to be touched. But in the event that the few brothers that are, all right, the Most High is going to give us immense glory in the kingdom, man. All right, immense glory. And ultimately, you know, the vast majority of men that will not be touched, they need to have the spirit of being willing to die. You see, that's got to be in you, man. All right, and it's very hard to do in this society with all of these conveniences and quality of life improvements, all of these comforts. Okay, you forget how to suffer, man. You forget the feeling of pain, you know. But scriptures say it's better to dwell in the house of mourning than in the house of mirth. Anyway, first precept, all right, Revelation 12:11, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. All right, now the connotation is Revelation the 12th chapter, all right, which we bring out. The devil is getting ready to come down unto us, having great wrath, because you know that he have but a short time. All right, and how do you overcome that? Through Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, don't let a guy telling you because you're not wearing fringes all the time at work that's going to exempt you. If you can do all of those things, but if it's not in you, okay, if you love this world more than you love Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, ultimately you're going to get caught up in those judgments and in those torments. Okay, let me go down to the other precept. Okay, John chapter 16, verse 33. These things have I spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. All right, so it's in Yahweh Shai that we're going to have peace. You're not supposed to be at peace in this world. It's supposed to be hellish. We're in captivity. We're serving out our sentence for our rebellion and our transgressions. Okay? But it says, in the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. And the only way a man can grasp that is through faith, man. Because a simple man and a unprudent man will ask, well, how did he overcome the world if they got wars and all of these things going on? Well, the Most High did it through his sacrifice, man. Once he gave up his spirit, you know, on that cross, that was it. The kingdom basically was sealed, you know. But everything was already written anyway. But that was the moment right there. Okay. That's when the Most High overcame. He went through all of the torture and all of the ridicule and mockery. He suffered the wickedness of his own people at the hands of the devil. Okay? And he finished his course, man. And that's what's expected of us. All right, to finish our course. We have to be willing to do the same thing, man. And ultimately, in your mind, you got to meditate on dying, man. This sounds dark. This sounds ominous. A lot of people don't want to hear it. But as a man, you need to really think about these things, man. All right, and what you'll find out is this will help you analyze how well rooted you are in this thing. You know, this is not just a Saturday weekly event going out on the highways and byways. These videos, these are not just vlogs, okay? This is a protest, man. We're crying out against the wickedness of this world, man. And you have to understand the price associated with that is death, man. All right? And the only way you don't die is if Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai exempts you from it, man. And the only way to be exempt is through the straight gate, man. Okay? It says, going down, you see here, Ephesians 6 is really good, putting on the whole armor so you can withstand the wiles of the devil, you know, and this really goes into that, you know. I won't read the whole thing there, but you know that most brothers that have been watching or listening should know that precept, all right? But there's a few others that I want to hit, and I want to just go quickly through the Second Maccabees account, okay? This is the book of 1 John, chapter 2, starting at verse 13. It says, I write unto you, fathers, because ye have known him that is from the beginning. All right. I write unto you, young men, because ye have overcome the wicked one. All right. And that's really what it's about. The wicked one is in rulership right now, man. Okay. And if you think you're not going to have to pass some kind of test to overcome him, you're sadly mistaken. Okay? The Most High gave the entire earth into this man's hands, and you think you're just gonna escape right into the kingdom, just slide out like guys teach that there isn't gonna be any Jacob's trouble, when the scriptures clearly tell you that the things that will be going on in the world are not gonna be like any other time in history. All right? There's going to be a test, man. All right? It may not be as drastic as some of the accounts in the Bible. It may not be the same as another brother's test, but you're going to get tested according to your measure, man. The Most High is not just going to, you know, draft you into the league. And he ain't seen you do no exercises, no workouts. All right? Like you gotta prove it, man. You know? Even though the Most High already knows you, he knew you before you were born, you still gotta go through it. Okay? It says, I write unto you, little children, because ye have known the Father. I have written unto you, fathers, because ye have known him that is from the beginning, man. And that's a special thing, man, when you think about it. To know the Most High power that's been from the beginning. You know, and that he's with us, man. And see, a true belief in that, you will be able to overcome things. You will be able to look death into in the face and say, I'm going to choose Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. He's above death. He created death. Okay? He's the author of death. Okay? And we don't die unless the Most High sanctions it. Period. You got to know that. If you got a relationship with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, you've already overcome these things through his son and his sacrifice, man. Okay? Meditate on these things and pray the Spirit is dealing with you, man. Okay? It's important. When things pop off, you don't know where you're going to be at, man. You may not be around a brother. You may not be able to get in contact with anybody, man. Okay? And what are you going to do? Okay? You know, I pray that it's in me to do the right thing, that I die, fall on my sword if I need to, you know? Anything but given to Satan, man. All right? And this is why it's so egregious for guys to teach what the MOTB is and what it's not. Okay, because you're giving your entire flock license to choose death. All right? You don't choose death, but you have to be okay if death is the outcome. Big difference. Okay? But really, they're trying to save their life, you know, when they go in and get this charagma, when they bow down to the image. That's an effort to increase your lot on this side. You know, that ain't no investment into Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? But the scriptures tell you that even though you're doing those things to save your life, it's going to result in your judgment and death, man. So it's a very wicked thing not to warn the flock of what's coming. We're not going to always, you know, have a shiny, positive, smooth message, okay? Which I rarely do anyway. But I don't really care about that, man. You know, that's not important. We're not in the time of mirth, okay? We're in a time of preparedness, man. Praying the death angel passes over us, as we just rehearsed the righteous act this past week. Okay. Anyway, let me go to the account in 2 Maccabees, the 7th chapter. Now, if you're familiar with this account, Antiochus, this wicked devil, all right, and his men, you know, basically had 7 Israelite brothers with of a mother who was there witnessing them being basically tortured, man, put in the face of death. Okay? And had all manner of wicked things. Read 2 Maccabees, the 7th chapter. You'll see what I'm talking about if you haven't already. And I won't read the whole thing, but I just got 4 verses here, 4 or 5 verses here that I picked out here to give you the idea of the sentiment of the mind frame that you need to be in, man. All right? Somebody put a gun to your head and said, take this charagma, would you do it? You got to think about these things. You may not know the answer, but you need to be thinking about these things and meditating, praying and fasting that the Most High is dealing with you, man. Okay? But that's where it starts, right? It starts up here. Nobody can kill us, man. Okay? Our spirits come back down into the earth. Nobody outside of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Okay? This is 2 Maccabees chapter 7. All right. Starting at verse 8, it says, but he answered in his own language and said, no. Wherefore he also received the next torment in order as the former did. All right. So when he saw one of his brothers get put down in a horrific manner, man. And Esau wants to do that. He wants to scare you, man. But you got to get to the point where you're just like, F it, man. Do what you gonna do, you know? And you got to say that in boldness, man, in your spirit. Okay? And it says, verse 9, and when he was at his last gasp, he said, thou like a fury takest us out of this present life, but the King of the world shall raise us up, man. So when Yahweh Shai gets here, all of the spirits, all of the righteous spirits, every brother that ever labored, okay, that died in this thing, doing the right thing, they're going to get raised up, man. All right? In glory. And that's going to be a horrific day for you devils, man. But there's a giant tab that's been adding up and adding up and adding up, man. All right. It says, who died for his laws unto everlasting life. This is why Yahushua died, man. We're supposed to do the same thing. We're at least supposed to be willing to. Okay. They're going to grab some of us up, man. They're going to denigrate us and call us all kind of names, accuse us of things. All right. And some brothers, yes, will have hands put on them. Some others are going to be put into prison. Some brothers may be beheaded. But you got to be able to imagine that in your mind and say, yeah, I still choose Yahweh. I still choose Yahweh by Yahweh Shai, man. All right. Skip down to verse 11. It says, and said courageously. Let me go to 10. After him was the third a mocking stock, and he was required. He put out his tongue, and that right soon, holding forth his hands manfully. You see that spirit that he's in, man? Because his other brothers, they had their tongues cut out, they had their limbs cut off. Okay? And they were going to fry them, man. Literally fry them in a pan after that. And this young, mighty man right here, man, an Israelite, man, when he saw what happened to his brothers, he stuck his hands out willingly, man. He stuck his tongue out willingly, man. All right? Let me read that again. And said, courageously, these I have from heaven, and for his laws I despise them, and from him I hope to receive them again. Oh, I read that, so I didn't read that yet. Verse 10. After him was the third made a mocking stock, and when he was required, he put out his tongue, and that right soon, holding forth his hands manfully. Okay? The scriptures say that the Most High did not give us the spirit of fear, but the spirit of a sound mind. Now, when we think about these things, it's anxiety inducing, man. Our flesh, we want to run. We're like, no, Lord, please don't let. As a matter of fact, Yahushua asked for the Lord to let the cup pass from him, man. And when the Most High Yahweh did not answer, okay, he left them on red, so to speak. What did Yahushua do? He did it anyway. He manned up and he did it anyway, man. And that's why Yahushua is worthy to be praised, along with his Father in heaven, our Father in heaven, Yahweh. Okay? Verse 11, and said courageously, these I had from heaven, for his laws I despised them, and from him I hope to receive them again. All right? Verse 14, skipping down. So when he was ready to die, he said, thus, it is good to be put to death by men. All right? To look for a hope from the Most High to be raised up by him again. As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection to life, man. That's the bold spirit that he was in, man. Now, are these things going to happen to every brother or any brother? I don't believe so. But whatever the Most High puts on you, if you're of the elect, you're going to endure it. The scripture said in this account right here, they shrugged the pain off, man. You know, they shrugged it off. It was, you know, they just manned up and did it. Now, the average man, even a mighty warrior, don't have the spirit on them to do that, man. The Most High had to put the spirit on these young men to do these things so it could be written down for posterity, for an encouragement for us today, man. Okay? That should be an encouraging thing to know that the Spirit of the Lord can have you drink something extremely bitter and you do it anyway because the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, is glorified in it. Okay? Last one, second to last one, verse 23. But doubtless the creator of the world, who formed the generation of men and found out the beginnings of all things, will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again. Okay, this was their mother speaking, watching her 7 sons get put to death in a horrific manner, man. Okay, a righteous woman, man. One of the few righteous women. Okay? It says, as ye now regard not your own selves for his law's sake, man. And that's repeated again in the book of Revelation. Love not your lives unto death. Okay? So you really, when we say withdraw from this place, to cut this place off, you really got to be about that, man, in your spirit. You got to have no attachments to this place. You don't understand how putrid of a stink that's going up into the heavens. Like when we offer up a sacrifice or we put up a prayer, the Most High says it's likened unto an incense, a sweet smell. Imagine the smell America's giving off, man. It's a ranted, putrid body, man. And for you to have any kind of attachment to it, it's not good, man. I was the other day, I spilt at the gas station, man. I was trying to put gas in my truck. The damn gas nozzle leaked on me. Spilled it on the side of my truck. I got a mark on the side of my truck now, but a drop of it got on my shoe, man. A little tiny drop of gasoline. I could smell it all day, man. You see? Just that one little drop got on my shoe. I could just smell gas around. I'm like, ugh. It's irritating, man. You know? So you want to be far removed. You don't want a drop of this place in you, man. All right? Don't follow guys that are mixing aspects of the world into the doctrine, into the ministry. Okay? They may be able to tell you, I'm not sinning on paper, but your spirit is mingled with the world, man. And when the hour of temptation comes, we're going to see which men the Most High is going to back up. The spotless virgin, or the one that was technically a virgin, but she's flirting with every man. She's got her ass out. Which one do you think the Lord's going to deliver, man? Knowing that there's a fixed number that he's delivering. This is not to be played with, man. Okay? Last one. 2 Maccabees chapter 7 verse 36. For our brethren who now have suffered a short pain, all right, a short pain, all right, are dead under the Most High's covenant of everlasting life. So even though we're dying, we still get everlasting life, man. Okay? But thou, through the judgment of the Most High, shalt receive just punishment for thy pride. So not only are we going to get life, but those people that put hands on us, we're going to literally inherit them, man. You know, like a man passes down an heirloom, like a watch, from his grandfather to his father, like a trinket or whatever. We're going to literally inherit nations of people, because they're all complicit. Not just the ones that put hands on you, all of them. The earth belongs to us. The heathen belong to us. All right? And this is going to be a major example, all right, to the other nations that the Most High is fair to have his people suffer these things, man. There ain't going to be no question about who should be in rulership. Okay? So I'll end it there, man. Lord willing, this is edifying. Call halal Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Rachak Wadah Shalom. Kwam Yasher Allah.